Welcome to Code Effectively. The topic for today is what is the exact meaning of public static void main string RJS. This is an important video. You must watch this video. This is important for your interview point of view as well as for all those who are going to prepare for ICSE and ISC board exams, because this question could be asked in your practical exams. So without losing any marks, you can answer this. Let's start. See, public static void main. See, as you can see, public is an access specifier here, and if you don't know what are the access specifiers and what are the types of access specifiers, I request you to please watch the previous video in order to know what access specifiers are and what are the types. Static is a keyword that is used to indicate that there is no need of creating an object of this class, of this method, or of this class. You can directly access this method without creating the object. Okay. Void means that the function does not return any value. What does it mean? That the function is not returning a value. Function returns no value at all. Function returns no value. Okay. So it is returning no value. 0. Okay. And main indicates to the programmer or to the program also, or you can say to the JVM, that this is from here you have to start your process. From here you have to start your control. As we know that the program or the control begins from the main function. So if you don't write a main function, you will get an error. So in order to write a main function, you have to just use this main function and it have to be void only. After this is a string args, and this is of array type, as you can see the braces out here. So this indicates that if a user want to input if the user want a parameterized input or have to input few values during the execution or before the execution of the program, then he or she can give the parameterized input. And you would be asking, ma'am, we can also give int a also. I know you can give, but when actually in real world we have to give string RJS only. And why you are using array? We are using array type, that's in order that we are not specified to only one string. So we can have array. So any number of strings we can input, or any number, or any length of output or input we can give, any length of input we can give. So we are using an array when we will take the array of any input, and after that we can take out the length by the length function. So that's why in order for my easy programming approach, I just use the array, and we have to use array. But now you would be asking, ma'am, why can't we take one more thing? You can be asking, ma'am, why can't we do it int RJS? Okay, so this is wrong. As you know, when we use buffer reader, or let's say when we use buffer reader, we have to take buffer reader. When we are using buffer reader, when buffer reader is being used, we use the line br.readline. Okay. And let's say this is the br.reader, and we write integer.parseInt. Okay, this is our exact process in order to input a value from the keyboard that is of integer type. So this br.readline, what it do, every character, that could be any character, that is a string, integer, double, float, whatever we take from the keyboard, it is being taken in the form of a string. It is always taken in the form of a string only. That too, it could be a integer also. If for example this is my keyboard and I'm inputting 5 from the keyboard, in the computer it will go as a string. Okay, and after this br.read, and what this will do, this will take the read from the keyboard, it will take 5, and parseInt, what it will do, it will, whatever the keyboard has input, the computer takes it in the form of a string, and this will convert this string 5 into an integer 5, the value of integer 5. So parseInt is used to convert the string type input that we have taken into an integer. Okay, so you would have been done parse double. What we do, whenever we read a string from the keyboard, we convert it into a double value. Like from I am taking 11.3 from the keyboard, it will be in a string form 11.3, but this parse double will convert it into a double value, or into an integer type of a double value, decimal value 11.3. Okay, so that's why it is compulsory to take string only, because the computer accepts or read all the values from the keyboard in the form of a string only. Okay, this is the exact reason of string RJS. So we are done with the string RJS. Now let's move on to main. Main is a keyword in Java. Okay, this is a keyword. This signifies from here our execution will start, or it will tell the JVM, hey, start the execution from main. And if you write, for example, capital M and main, this is wrong. This is not a keyword. It will become a variable, and this is wrong, and you will get a compile time error that main function is not found. It is not found. So you have to be sure that the main, for the main, M should be in small, as this is the keyword and this signifies from where the flow of execution of instruction will start. After this, void is just simply to indicate that the main function does not return any value to the computer or to the operating system. Because Java is a platform independent language, it does not have to tell the OS or the operating system, hey, I'm done with my computer programming, or I'm done with the programming, now you can take the command over me. Because Java is a platform independent, it does not return any value, or it tell the OS that, hey, my programming is finished. So that's why in order we don't have to tell anything to the operating system, we use void, that we don't have to return any value to the operating system. Okay, after this, what is static? Static, as we know, if you are a BlueJ coder, if you code in BlueJ, you have already written this only, void main, and you just wrote this. This is also perfect. It is perfect. It will run with no error in your BlueJ. But when you are using Notepad, or you are using a good developer ID like Eclipse and NetBeans, then you have to use this static, because in that we don't need to create the objects. So we directly call the void main without creating the objects. So here you have to go in the BlueJ ID, then you have to create the object, and from the object then you have to call the methods. But in static we don't have to create the object of the main function or of the class. We directly call the objects, just like main function is available to all the methods of the class. So we can directly, without creating the object, can access all the main functions, all the main methods and all the functions, just like creating the objects, and we can call them. But we don't have to create the first object. We can directly go, or you can say the static function bypass the method of creating the object. After this, you are saying, ma'am, we are using public only. Why don't we use private? Because you always told me that in encapsulation we should keep our methods private. Okay, or rather we can keep our methods protected also, because we know that our hackers can attack the program. But here it is compulsory, and it is 200% compulsory that we have to take it public only, because we know that a JVM is installed, okay, and our program is being stored in a package, or you can say in a folder. Okay, so this is my program. So JVM will come from the outside world, and then it will come for your program execution. And if you make it private, then the JVM can't find, or because JVM can't find this method, because the private are only methods are only visible to the class only, and JVM is outside the class. So it will come and it will not find the void main method, and it will display a error, void main not found. So in order that the JVM can find the void main method for the complete execution of your program, you have to keep that public, because only public is only the type of accessifier that will allow for the outside users to come and execute your program. And it is important, else your program won't be executed at any time. JVM only won't be able to execute the program, the compiler won't be only able to execute the program. Then if you're not able to execute the program, then what is the views of creating the program? That's why it is necessary for the public static void main to be public. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please go and subscribe to the Code Effectively channel, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you for watching the video.